Lucy Spraggan joins us now. Thank you for fitting us in, because you're just on tour all the time at the minute.
Thank you very much for having me.
Not at all, not at all. Have you enjoyed being back on the road?
Yeah, I've been on the road since September, so it's coming up to nearly a year. So I'm back home for a little bit and then back off again. But thank you very much for having me down here.
Not at all. I mean, it's all off the back of this album, of course. Today Was a Good Day, and it's an album you're very passionate about. It's got a very positive message behind it as well. I know that.
Yeah, it's a happy album, which is about time. This is my 5th, and I think it's probably got the most positive message of them all. And it just, I don't know, it just felt like a change that needed to be done.
And is that because you feel different in yourself in real life, if we want to call it that, away from the stages?
Absolutely, and that's what my album's sort of been reflecting over the past... that's when that said 7 years, I was like, oh.
That's what happens, I know.
It's just like, yeah, over the last... There's been loads of ups and downs, and I just found myself sort of in a really good place. And that's what comes out in music.
Mm-hmm, of course, you can't. It's coming from the heart, isn't it? And we talk about all the things that have happened in those 7 years. Getting married being one.
Yeah.
To your lovely partner Georgina, and then we're talking about fostering children, which in itself is a huge accomplishment and a big project to take on. In fact. And 12 children, we're
Well, I think so. We did short-term and respite, so we're nowhere near as stuck in as the long-term fosterers, and those guys out there doing that, absolutely hats off to you lot.
Completely.
And we were living in Stockport at the time, so we fostered for Stockport Council, and we've just moved, so we're not doing it at the moment, but the kids that we met and the people, you know, social workers, they're all working so hard and they're brilliant people. And honestly, I take my hat off to anyone doing it.
Yeah, yeah, and it's something you'd consider again.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. It's quite difficult when you're touring because, you know, you can't just be like, come with me. But, yeah, for the future, definitely.
No, it's remarkable. And music-wise, to talk about Glastonbury.
Yeah.
I mean, I think for most performers to say that you've done Glastonbury, it kind of doesn't get better than that.
It's what I've always wanted to do, and to sort of feel like you're under the wing of Glastonbury is amazing.
Yeah.
Not for just 1 year, to be asked for a second year, it's just, yeah, I love it.
Something else, because I know James Arthur, X Factor-wise, had said it's difficult for an X Factor person to sort of potentially make it up onto a stage in Glastonbury because there's a certain snobbery in the music business, but you've now done it twice, so...
I'm the only X Factor contestant who's ever played at Glastonbury. I don't think there's a snobbery. I think that Glastonbury has an ethos. It has a type of person they want to have on stage. It's an honour to play, and you shouldn't think that you should be asked. You should want to, and if they do, it's an absolute honour and privilege, and that's how I felt.
Yeah.
So I'm just really thankful.
Yeah, too right. Well, I'm talking about being in a good place in yourself as well, Lucy. I think it was the 3 Bs that you've knocked on the head, isn't it? And I like this. I read this yesterday and thought I need to do that. Beer, biscuits and bread. You've knocked them out of the diet, and you're sort of... You're feeling good, aren't you? You know, there's a sort of a transformation happening almost.
Well, the beer, biscuits and bread, I did that quite a while ago, and I think I'm quite good at doing things to an excess. So I took the bread and I'm not drinking at all at the moment, so that makes a big difference. But with regards to weight loss, yeah, beer, bread and biscuits for me, had to knock them on the head.
And those pictures are just, it's incredible, isn't it? And you say you feel great.
Yeah, I feel much better. I think I was in a really, really bad place for quite a long time. And
you've been very open about that,
yeah,
though. I mean,
100%.
There have been, and you're very aware of mental health and to talk about it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've always been very open about it. And I think looking back at pictures of me before, physically I could see that I was in a really bad place. And I'm surprised more people didn't think so. Oh, you look awful. God, that's a crazy picture as well.
But it's, as you say, you've been so busy, and you're sort of also, though, taking time to look after yourself.
Yeah.
And I think we all need to do that. I think that's probably a very important message to most of us.
It's just important to realise how you feel, and Today Was a Good Day, the album title, is a reminder that, you know, some days are awful, and it's really easy to go to bed and be like, today was awful. And that's an easy feeling.
Yeah.
But it's really, really hard to go to bed and go, today was actually all right. I made it through today, and that's a successful thing. And that's kind of what the whole album is about.
Well, Today was a good day, which of course is out now, and the tour continues for the next bit.
Yes, touring in November and October in the UK.
And then you might actually get to go home.
Yes, maybe.
Great to see you, Lucy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.